Neurodivergent is an identity. You don't actually need a physical paper diagnosis in order to identify as neurodivergent. That being said, a lot of different diagnoses are considered neurodivergent. Things like autism or ASD, so that's the autism spectrum disorder. There is ADHD brain. These are two that people don't really realize. Depression, those are considered neurodivergent things. Sensory processing disorder, OCD, any type of learning difference, any way that your brain or your body moves through the world differently, you can identify as neurodivergent. There's no barrier of entry. If you say you're neurodivergent, you are neurodivergent. Because neurotypical people identify as neurodivergent. It doesn't happen. Their brains just don't think that way. So it's a really good question. There are a lot of diagnoses that we see that are considered in that bucket. But that being said, it's an identity. And if you identify that way, that is who you are. I am launching in the next month a birth planning course. So this is for families who are maybe neurodivergent, even if you're working with another doula. This is an amazing, all-encompassing process of planning your birth, educating yourself about all your different options and your rights in a really neuroaffirming way. And you walk out of the course with like a perfect birth plan that you just hand to your doctor, hand to your midwife, whoever's supporting you, and also to your doula. So you don't have to work with me as your doula to do this course. It helps everybody. So exciting. And when it's up and running, I will absolutely send the Healthcare Uprising team the information, and maybe you guys can share that along. Neurodivergent community. And I'm telling you right now, there is no research. I have looked high. I've looked everywhere for research. That there's no research. There's no research about anything, but there's certainly no research about this. But anecdotally, I have never had a neurodivergent client who has given birth and not ended up in some sort of perinatal mental health crises or issue. And that's with my support. Because if you are predisposed to anxiety or depression, and if you are undiagnosed and you've never been, you've never had this support, you don't even know this about yourself, like it's just so hard because of this hormonal drop. It's not necessarily because of the way your brain's built. It's because your body is just going through such a huge, massive shift and your brain can't catch up and you need help. So this is really important. And if you don't have time to recover, if you don't have time to adjust, it's really hard. It's really hard for us to support these families when they're struggling so greatly.
I have a question. This short amount of time with this hormone, what is that time frame? Is it
immediate? It's basically as soon as you birth the placenta, your hormone drops so quickly. So
we're talking hours.
I could send you like research about it. I might not be saying this perfectly, but your body shifts immediately, and it's continuous. It's not just you have a massive drop.
Okay, well, I mean that explains a lot.
It explains looking back. You feel it.
I definitely have the ADHD with a touch of autism.
Yeah.
Heather's got the anxiety instead of the autism.
Right.
Probably why we're a good team.
It probably is. Yeah. We pull off the show because we're like yin and yang.
It also explains your follow through and the ability to keep going. It also explains.
Yeah.
So we made it a year with.
Oh my God, so funny that you say that too. Before I completely go down another rabbit hole here, because we do this. My neighbor, who's also a really good friend of me, he's joked to me a couple times. He's like, "Hey Heather, you need to start a company called Get Shit Done." He's like, "I don't know anybody who can do as much as you and actually follow through with all of it." I was like, I have high functioning anxiety and I'm restless and I need to be busy at all times.
If I sit still, I lose my mind. I have to go.
Activity makes you feel.
It does, 100%. Anyway, I literally need to go see a therapist about this, but I'm embracing it,
most of us are discovering our neurodivergence through our children. We're seeing their experience, where schools are flagging things left, right, and center. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, but that was like, I couldn't sit still. It's like fidgeting nonstop. And oftentimes we were told like, stop moving. It's a behavioral thing.
Or you got a nickname named Gabby. That's my problem. I talk too much.
We were told it was something different. We were told it was within our control. We were told that if we weren't productive enough, we weren't keeping up, we weren't doing enough things. So our bodies went into this fight or flight all the time. And now we're discovering through our children's experience, through the learning we're doing around parenting and all of those things, that wait a second, like that was me and this is still me.
Thanks for joining us on the Healthcare Uprising. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons before you go, and take a moment to think of a friend and hit that share button. You can find us on all the major audio platforms, and we've got video on YouTube if you want to watch us in action.
You can also find us on social media on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. Just search Healthcare Uprising to find us. And if you're a new company with a cool new product, if you're someone innovating alternative methods for the health and wellness space, or if you have a personal healthcare journey you'd like to share with us here at The Uprising, please email us at healthcareuprising@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you about coming on the show. Well, that's all for this dose of Healthcare Uprising. Until the next time, keep looking for the good in the world, because sometimes it's where you least expect it.
We are not doctors and we don't play one on TV. If you need medical advice, consult with your physician or a healthcare professional. This has been a Shut Up production.
Shut